We're back, episode and course number 11 of the Filmpreneur. And what is the Filmpreneur? I think you already know because we've been through so many of them so far. But the Filmpreneur is our opportunity to really create positive social change in the world through the films that we make as filmmakers. And we're doing this in a way that helps us create an income for ourselves and support our families and our communities by creating sustainable businesses. Something that we all need to continually evolve in is creating good, strong, profitable, sustainable business. And unfortunately, a lot of times us creative folks, we just don't necessarily have those baked in business skills. And vice versa, some of us who are just business focused, we really don't have the creative muscles flexed. So this is really the place where we are going to take our careers a little bit further, our art a little bit further, and create sustainable business as filmpreneurs. So we are so far down this course now, and I really want to encourage all of you to join what we are calling the impact storytelling movement. A few different ways that we're going to do this is by building a significant and real community. Now, we already have a community, as you know, because you're part of it within the private Facebook group, but we're going to continue that. And as other people join the Filmpreneur course, they're also going to be entered in. And what we need to do to support each other is we need to share each other's work. We need to share problems that we're having. We need to answer other people's problems. So we're actually going to be making a digital community that is going to essentially become a massive worldwide advisory board for you and for me as we grow our filmpreneur businesses. And this stuff is critical. And there's a few different rules of engagement, which is, for example, let's say I've got a trailer for a film coming up and I really want the community to share it for me. I could say, hey, filmpreneur community, here's a trailer for our next documentary. Can you share this in your networks? Well, most of you would be like, yeah, no problem. But there's got to be a little bit of reciprocation. And how we're going to do that is if I ask you to share my piece, I am now promising to share 3 other people's pieces. So it's 3 for 1, essentially. So if we get into this cadence of people sharing each other's stuff, because at the end of the day, we need to elevate all of our brands together and share each other's work. If you're going to help me with 1, I'm going to help you with 3, and vice versa. And if we adopt and self-monitor this, we will create a distribution path through our own community that is unbeatable, essentially, and it's free for us. We are going to be a large network. Every time a new cohort comes through the Filmpreneur course, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and economies of scale are going to start to work in our favor. And the more that you share other people's stuff, the more they're going to share yours. We're going to do this in a way to fight against the old media distribution machine, which is very controlled, it's very locked down, it's very expensive. For example, in the old model that I'm still working in for television, if I've got a documentary, and let's say it costs $150,000 to make, after that's done, I can give that documentary to a distributor who is going to take 30% of all revenues. And there's nothing unfair about that at all. They're the ones selling it, and they're going to take 30%. But that seems like such an odd old model, doesn't it? Why don't you keep that extra 30% and get the eyeballs that you want to see on it and sell it yourself in more of a crowdfunding community way? And that's what we're going to build with Filmpreneur as far as the digital community is concerned. Now, the other really important part is the Filmpreneur Summit and summits that we're going to have. And pretty soon in your inbox, you're going to get an invitation for the next upcoming Filmpreneur Summit that you're going to have to register for soon because it's limited amount of people per summit. And we're going to be traveling this from different cities like St. John, New Brunswick, where we're here, New York City, Boston, San Francisco, Los Angeles. We're going to have Filmpreneur Summits in a lot of different cool places. And it's always going to be limited, and it's going to be only people who've been through the Filmpreneur course that are going to be invited to these summits. And this is a way that we can pull the best of the world together and bring some of the most kick-ass keynotes and workshops and panels and share with each other all of our wins and our challenges. And it's another way, not only for awesome networking, it's another way for us to share our projects because we're going to have a little mini film festival at the summits. And honestly, every time we have one of these events in the past, we've had phenomenal experiences. For example, we had one just a couple months ago in Toronto, and we had 200 people show up to that one. The Filmpreneur Summits that we're going to put on upcoming, we're probably going to make them a little bit smaller to make them a little bit more intimate so we can all walk away with a ton of value. This always goes back down to community, and that's what this phase is all about. So as we think about building community for ourselves within this network, think about how you can serve other people. Remember, we are a community of colleagues, not of competitors. So we can be each other's advisors. So as you've been interacting with other people in the Filmpreneur course, think about how you can help them, because everybody's going to be sharing their challenges as we move forward together. And somebody is going to have experience going through whatever challenge that is and might have some insights. Take advantage of that. Participate. The more you give in, the more that you'll get back. And because this is far more than a course and a community, this is really a social movement that we are creating together. We are co-creating. It is critical that you engage. And if you choose to not engage and step away for a few months, that's totally fine too. This community is open to you forever as a Filmpreneur alumni. And just know that. But we are here to support. To continue on the community discussion, I've already talked about shared distribution models. I think that we as film creators for too long have lost the ability to have control of our content. For so long, we've given it to the old structure, and then somebody else has the ability to limit the geographical area that it can be screened in, limit the amount of money that comes back into the creator's pocket, all this sort of thing. So this is why it's so critical that we do commit to each other to grow this together, because we have the ability not only to distribute to ourselves as a growing community, but for each of us to share each other's stuff out. I've already gone through that, but that part is so critical. There's ways for many of you to bring new value of learning into the filmpreneur community. If you've got a course that you want to bring that we can actually package in a way similar to this one and sell back into the community, use this community as a platform for a little bit of extra side revenue for you, because every one of you have a special gift and a special knowledge that many of us don't have. And as business people, we understand there's value in spending money and getting something back, right? So we're not talking about spending a ton of money or charging a lot of money either. We always want to make things accessible and affordable for people. But if people are able to pull out their wallets and actually spend a bit of money, they will take it more seriously. That's why none of this stuff is ever for free. Community is for free and support is for free. But when it comes to IP and content, we have the ability to work together and support each other and buy and sell from each other. A movement works when it is supported and when it is funded from within. And that's been shown time and time again. So this is really coming up to the end of our module. I've got one more episode for you that's going to come immediately. We're not going to wait a week. You're going to get the next one tomorrow. And that's just how we're going to be able to move forward together. So at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see all these opportunities to jump in and engage deeper into the community. There's going to be more information on how you can be kept up to date on when the next Filmpreneur Summit's coming up and how we can continue to grow together. So this has been an awesome run. One more quick session to go through, and really, really stoked to build and co-create this movement with you all.